Thank you all for coming. We have a few members of the family that want to share some thoughts and memories with us. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Strieter. I'm Kim's oldest son. I can't talk while I'm crying, so there might be some breaks. Apologies. I want to thank everybody for being here. This was so unexpected and sudden. It's just really nice to see so many people here. So thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you. My dad was only 70. I'm only 33. Connor's only 21. Most of his life happened before us. And so, Connor and I have some things to share, but I would really love, even if you're not comfortable coming up and talking here, at the luncheon after, please come and talk to us. If you have pictures, if you have stories to share, please, we want to hear them. So, my dad was a huge influence on me. Obviously, I mean, career-wise, I'm a full-time band teacher during the school year, and in the summer, I help run a summer camp. And those kind of turned into my two biggest passions were music and camping, or being outside and being at summer camp. A couple things I forgot to mention in his obituary. One being his time at Our Lady of Mercy, working with elderly and just taking care of people. And the other was his time as a Scoutmaster, and he was my Boy Scout master, which I don't know if he particularly liked that gig very much, but I didn't really particularly like being in Boy Scouts either, but I liked being with my dad at camp, and that was really the thing that kept me going. Was I promised him I would stick with Boy Scouts until I made it to first class, which is how far he made it. And I don't think I would have as much of an appreciation to the outdoors and for going to camps if my dad hadn't encouraged that from an early age. With the camp that I run in the summer, I actually talked to my dad over the summer about wanting to quit that job. And the first thing he did was remind me how much I loved it. And then he told me that just to do what I thought was best for me. And, my dad didn't always give a lot of, he gave a lot of advice, but the advice was always just to do what we felt was right for us. And I think that I think just shows just how much he cared about his kids. It didn't really matter how he felt. It was what we thought was best for us. And he was going to support us and make sure that we did what we felt was best for us. I have stories to share, and honestly, I don't even know where to start because I have so many. I would love to talk to a lot of you guys though over lunch after this, or even just in passing if you guys reach out. The one story I will share, and it's my favorite story of my dad, was when it was all the kids. We went out to go get a Christmas tree. And my dad did not do this probably legally in any way. We just pulled off to the side of the road, found one we liked, and he chopped it down. And we couldn't get it tied to the rack on the roof of the car. So my dad's idea was to roll down the windows a little bit and tie it through the car doors. But then we got home and we were tied into the car. So Al had to climb out the window and run in to grab a knife. And then they came back with a knife that wasn't going to cut anything. And so run back out and grab another knife. Just seeing my dad, he at the end of that thought it was hilarious, but just the stress, and then that's just one of my fondest memories with him. I've got plenty other ones, but I think I'd like to let my brother come up and say a few words too. Thank you.
My name is Connor, and my dad was Kim Strieter. Not only he was my father, he was also my best friend. I will miss watching Packer games with him, and miss reading the Bible with him and drinking beer with him. People always thought he was my grandpa. I was at Aspirus Hospital, and a nurse said to me, "I could tell he's your grandpa. You have his eyes." I never liked having an older dad, but he taught me what was right and wrong, and he was wise, and he told me many different things and taught me many things about life and everything. He loved to tell stories. He's probably telling one right now. And he would like me to say is "Go Pack Go." That's it.
Do either of you guys want to say anything? It's up to you. We're gonna invite Kim's bonus children up if they'd like to speak. Gabby.
Hello, I'm Gabby. I'm one of Kim's bonus children, and I couldn't be more fortunate enough to have Kim raise us as young girls. He taught me a lot. Playing hockey was probably one of my most fondest things that I really did with him. He brought me to practices. We had our own little corner in our basement of the house that anytime I needed my skates sharpened, we'd go down there and he'd hand sharpen my skates. Anytime I got a new hockey stick, he'd be measuring me, my stick, and he'd be cutting it to a T and retaping it for me. And I'm very thankful for all the memories and the things that he taught me. Camping is one of the big things that we did as a kid, and the tradition of cutting down our Christmas trees. I was really young. I was fortunate enough that Kim carried me on his shoulders. I didn't have to snowshoe like the rest of us as much. So thank you, Kim, for carrying me on your shoulders. I love you and I'll miss you forever.
Okay. And no pressure from anybody, but if anybody would like to come up and speak, this is a time for anybody who has anything that they'd like to say. I'll just leave it open for anybody.
I'm Christine Tina Strieter Michelson, and Kim was my younger brother. And unfortunately for him, he was my younger brother. So he had to live that all his young life. I had 4 older brothers, so the pecking order just went right to him. So we did a lot of things together, and he was silly about certain things. Don't touch his plate, don't touch his food, don't taste his food, don't go near his food. At one point, he had a hollow leg, and he would get the biggest spoon he could get out of the silverware drawer and just shovel it in his mouth and then swallow it. No chewing, no, just down it went. And, we kind of went our separate ways then as we got older. I mean, I kind of did a few things with him and his bonus kids, and we had fun that way too. And most of all, it's hard because he's the youngest brother. So it's a hard thing to go through. And I feel bad for Connor, but Connor held strong, and so did Robbie. So there you are, his heritage. And I just came up to get my Kleenex.
Did anyone else have anything they'd like to share? If not, in a few moments, we'll kind of head out to our vehicles. Those that are coming out to the cemetery and the Copper Country veterans are going to do the graveside military rites and flag presentation. And after that, everyone is going to be invited to the American Legion post here in town for a lunch that's been prepared. But at this time, I guess we'll dismiss people off to their cars if you're coming out to the cemetery. Thank you.